So we are on day 7 of our Calabrian road trip. It's been absolutely amazing so far, and we have now come to Fiumefreddo, Bruzio. It's a really small village up on the cliffside, and our Airbnb host Erika last night invited us over to her home for a traditional Italian meal. She has her own garden where she grows all of her own produce, and a lot of that's in the Airbnb in a lovely little kitchen. So today we're going to make a traditional Italian pasta dish. I'm not an Italian, I'm not an expert in this, so if you're an Italian and my pronunciation's bad or I'm getting any of the steps wrong, just comment below and let us know. Let's get started. Today we're making spaghetti, aglio e olio e peperoncino. So that's spaghetti with olive oil, garlic and Calabrian chili peppers, all grown from Erika's garden, all in the Airbnb. All you have to do is buy some pasta. So there's some spaghetti in a small local shop and we'll get started. We have some dehydrated chilies here. We have some garlic. I've hydrated the chilies a little bit. I've got some water boiling for the pasta, extra virgin olive oil. So Erika says that she has a little vineyard where they have grapes and olives and she makes some wine. And these olives are from a few trees that they have there. This is hers and we'll be bringing some of this back with us to London. Not used to this kind of garlic. It's like a really small garlic and it's all fused together. So I'm just gonna get a couple of pieces of that, crush it and add it to the oil there. I don't want the oil to be too hot. I just want it to sort of infuse with the flavors. And we also don't want the garlic to be crushed, sort of chopped up and diced very fine. Just left whole like that is good enough to absorb that heat in the oil. The pasta's more about the flavor of the oil and the sauce rather than the actual raw ingredients. These are the chilies that I dehydrated earlier, so I'm just gonna roughly chop them up. I don't actually know how spicy they're gonna be, but we'll see. Let this infuse into the oil to get a really nice smelling oil there. When we went to Erika's house, she made a pasta that she said was traditional for them to have on Christmas Eve, and it was basically like this, but she used an anchovy and chili paste that she'd prepared earlier, and it was absolutely stunning. One thing I've learned when making pasta is I watch loads of videos, and they always talk about how you want to add loads of salt to the pasta water. I started doing it at home. And they say that you want the water to taste like the sea, but I made it and Alice would constantly be like, your pasta's really, really salty. So I realized when people say that in cooking videos, it's because they're using fresh pasta, which cooks for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If you're using dried pasta, this is gonna sit in that water for 10 minutes. It's gonna absorb a lot of it. So when you're salting pasta water, you need to get a good amount of salt in it, but if you're using dried pasta, do it a lot less than what you see lots of videos doing it. If you're making fresh pasta, you can add a lot more salt because it doesn't absorb as much. We're gonna add our spaghetti, so about half. We're only here for 2 days, so we'll do half of a packet now and half a packet tomorrow. So that is gonna cook for about 9 minutes, so it's nice and al dente. This is the first time we're doing a video like this, so if you do like it, you wanna see more of this kind of like holiday Airbnb cooking, subscribe, like, tell us in the comments, message us, email us, tell us what you want to learn, what you want to see, what we do. We love traveling around the world, learning how to cook local dishes and then bringing it back to our home in London. We've got a red onion here. It's a Tropea red onion. So we were in Tropea for a few days earlier on in this road trip, and the red onion is so sweet. When you eat it raw, it's almost like a fruit. And they have it in lots of pasta dishes. So we're not going to add it to the pasta. I'm just going to cook some down and have it on the side because why not? It's here. May as well cook it. They're really sweet. They have a tang, like an oniony tang, but you can just eat them raw. So I'm just gonna cook them on their own in a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, not on a high heat, just on a really low heat, just as a side. And because we're in Italy, we are using a lot of olive oil in everything. I'm mushing up the little chilies I've got in here just to intensify the flavor in the oil. The garlic is getting a bit brown and I don't want it to like cook or get a burny flavor, so I'm just gonna discard the garlic. I'll leave it there for now. Southern Italy historically has been a poorer part of Italy, and it still is more deprived than the rest of the country. A lot of the cuisine from here is used as kind of really cheap, simple ingredients. Because of the climate, they have really nice produce, and also because people couldn't afford very expensive ingredients, so they've got loads of tasty dishes which use like 2 or 3 things like pasta, oil and garlic. When we went to Tuscany last year, we learned a lot about cucina povera, they call it. It's like poor cuisine. So yeah, it's just using real simple, basic ingredients that every family can get a hold of. And obviously now we love it because it's just so tasty, and growing up in the UK, you don't have this kind of produce. So, well, whilst we're waiting for that pasta to finish cooking, there's also some tomatoes here that Erika's left us. So we may as well chop into this and see what it's like. And I guess I'll just dress these. Wow, they look really good. They look incredible. Wow, that is delicious. I'm just going to put these in a little bit in a bowl with a tiny bit of salt and some olive oil, and we can munch on these as a side. These are really good. You're going to really like this.
Exciting.
So you got some raw tomatoes and some Tropea onion just to munch on the side as a refreshing snack. So this pasta's been in for about 10 minutes, but it's quite crowded in the pan, so I've left it a little bit longer. I want it to be al dente. So I want it to have some bite. Don't want to be too soft. Also don't want to be too hard. It'll cook a little bit more in the oil as well, so I think that's good to go. So rather than strain the pasta in a colander, usually I'd have tongs to do this, but we're just going to add it straight to this oil, and the pasta water and the oil is going to mix and emulsify into the sauce. So I'm going to turn those onions off as well. Oh yeah, important. Take that oil off the heat. You don't want it to fry and cook the pasta, which I might end up doing here. But just add it in and give it a good stir. And if the pasta does end up sticking or you need to loosen it off, just add some of that starchy pasta water. It doesn't look like much, but that starchy water and the olive oil is mixing and emulsifying into this real clear sauce. Cool. So we're gonna add some of these red onions to it as well, just because we have it. Why not use it? Really tiny bit of salt to that. It's really nice. It's got that, the heat slowly builds up. It's not too spicy, but it kind of builds up a little bit. The onions have this real sweet flavor to it. It's very simple. The oil's emulsified really nicely. It doesn't look special or anything, but you get this. To be fair, we've been to restaurants in Tropea and they serve pasta with onions like this. It's just really tasty, easy cooking, and you get into the spirit of the local area. Tasty, so good. So let that all, mix together, make a bit of a mess. Sorry, Erika, but look at that pasta now. When you add the water and the oil and you stir it and you mix it constantly, you get this nice, saucy, sheeny pasta. Our plan was to sit out here and eat it and enjoy the lovely view, but it is, I think it's 32 degrees, it's scorching hot, I'm dripping in sweat, so I think we're gonna go back inside, sit by the fan and have our lunch there. That was an epic lunch. It's roasting hot. In Italy, everything shuts down in the afternoon from 1 till 4 because it's so hot and people just go for a nap. So we're gonna head to the beach, probably have a little snooze, and then I don't know what our plan is for this evening.
Yeah, maybe more of this.
Maybe cook again. If you did enjoy this and you want to see us cook more foods from the places that we travel to, then please tell us in the comments if you enjoyed it, if it's useful, if you find it interesting, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. We're new to this kind of video, so any feedback's brilliant, and hopefully if you did enjoy it, we'll get more of these on our future travels.
Bon appetit.